Now, to Gilgo Beach, the serial murder suspect there back in court today. This time, his wife showed up. She filed for divorce. Asa Ellerup. She showed up. Why? I don't know. They supposedly exchanged smiles. She says she's open-minded. She wants to see the proof, but she's getting divorced. And the question remains, what did she know? Okay, we've been asking it here from the beginning, as Jennifer Coffindaffer told us, like the idea that the wife didn't know anything about what he was doing is hard to believe. Now, let's bring in her attorney, okay, Bob Macedonio. Bob, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us. You know, I had another lawyer here some time ago, John Ray, made serious accusations about your client, saying, oh, she knew. They're swingers, and she knew what he was up to. About the murders, I don't know. But she definitely, this is not new information to her across the board. Your take?
Chris, John Ray has been, for the past 12 years, this is the third person he's tried to link to these crimes. He first, Police Chief Jimmy Burke. Then businessman Jimmy Bissett. Now it's Rex Heuermann. He needs to attach, you're an attorney, Chris, he needs to attach a civil defendant to try to recoup some of the costs he spent over the years. Asa Ellerup was not part of any of the alleged crimes Rex is accused of. She has no knowledge of any of these crimes, so it's completely ludicrous, the stories he's put out there in the media. And honestly, the media just gives him way too much attention on this.
Fair point, accepted. Another question, which is she connected to the crimes? No, not at this point. But the idea that she knew nothing about what her husband was up to is not easy to believe. Your take?
My take is, if we look at Asa's medical history, for the past 7 to 10 years, she's been suffering from various forms of cancer and undergoing medical treatment, and honestly, living in a world of her own. I think the marriage was breaking down prior to this. So she didn't know what was going on with Rex. She had no idea what he was doing. If this happened, and I said this previously, it was a complete double life. No woman would condone bringing prostitutes into the house, down in the basement when your small children are upstairs. The house is a very small ranch, maybe 1,500 square feet. It's impossible to have prostitutes being murdered downstairs while your children are upstairs.
I don't get the messaging, not what you're saying right now, Bob, but she divorced him like nanoseconds after finding out about this. He transferred the house. She wants to move on with her life. Then I hear that she's going to court because she's open about whether or not he did this. Really? Well, she knows the evidence. Does she think he did it or not?
She doesn't know the evidence. She knows what the media has reported. And since this is all, July 13th, her entire world was turned upside down. The marriage had other issues. They obviously previously discussed divorce in the last several years prior to this. So there were issues going on. Whatever was going on in the household, I'm not at liberty to discuss. This, she needs to protect herself and her family, not knowing what the outcome is going to be with Rex. Nobody wants to believe the spouse they were married to and slept next to for the past 27 years is capable of these kind of crimes. So the only thing she knows, it's been reported in the media. Now she's emotionally and physically able to come into the courtroom, face the media, and see and hear for herself the evidence they have against her husband.
When she came out of the meeting with the husband, she met with him for the first time last week after all this time. One, why'd she wait if she's open to whether or not he did it, and how'd she feel after it?
Well, we were preparing her to go to court. She didn't want to see Rex for the first time in a courtroom. She went to the jail, made her appointment like any other visitation would be made, had a 1-hour visit with Rex. We instructed her not to discuss any of the elements of the crime. We fear that even though she's there in person, that's going to be recorded and somehow turned over to the prosecution. They didn't discuss the crimes. They didn't discuss the allegations. They discussed whatever is going on in their lives. And frankly, I didn't ask her.
Smart not to ask. Can't talk about what you don't know. And I know that to this point, the authorities have told you they're not pursuing a case against her. Who knows what they do? Don't worry about your phone. We all know the realities of today's digital lifestyle, especially with
it's not even that. The authorities have come out and said on the allegations, on the indictments that Rex is in charge of, she's not even in the jurisdiction. That's proven on records.
Right.
She's not on Long Island.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below.
Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.